My name is Ori, and in the last 3 years I've went from being fat to jacked. In this video I wanna go over one approach that will help you to lose weight without tracking calories. I used a similar approach to this when I started to lose weight, and because of that I saw a lot of progress. Now that's partially why I know that this approach works, but it also makes sense. But before I go over it, let's go over what is weight loss. Weight loss, in the grand scheme of things, is about balancing calories in, the calories that you consume, the foods that you consume, and calories out, the calories that you burn while existing, in a way that calories out surpass calories in consistently over days, weeks, and even months. That's what weight loss is all about. If you can get to this calorie deficient state consistently, you will lose weight. And if you will train the gym and take care of sleep and eat a pretty good amount of protein, you will build muscle and look amazing afterwards. That's what it takes, essentially, in a very simple way. Now, before I go over the approach, I just want to put this caveat on. This approach, for example, won't work for me right now to the same extent as it will work for a beginner. Here's why. There is a thing called the body fat range hypothesis. It basically states that any person has a certain range of body fat percentage in which he will have the best time hunger-wise maintaining his weight. Basically, he will be able to maintain his weight without feeling a lot of hunger, and just by eating based on hunger signals, he will maintain it. People who are below this range, just by following their hunger signals, will gain weight. Right? Makes sense, because there are extremely shredded guys who will, if they will eat based on their hunger signals, the guys who compete, they will gain a lot of weight because their bodies are just in a starvation mode, right? So this is the thing. And there are some people who will be in this body fat percentage and have an easy time maintaining it, will not feel a lot of hunger, but just by eating based on their hunger, they will maintain their weights. This is the hypothesis, and I think it is pretty true. I've felt it myself, and that's why you will be able to gain a lot more benefits from this approach than me, because I am already in a pretty low body fat percentage. By taking this approach, I will pretty much maintain my weight or lose a very small amount of weight, or even gain a bit of weight, I don't know. So let's go over the approach. Instead of tracking calories and making sure that you hit the numbers, so instead of using this meticulous way, we go and we look at hunger and we try to eat until 80% of hunger. That's the approach, that's the first aspect of it. But we try to get 80% hunger to be weight loss of around 2 to 1 pounds per week. And this is how we do it. We eat more fiber, protein, and low calorie dense foods in general, and by doing so, hunger should go down. And on top of that, we look at hunger, and when we eat, we try to go to 80% satiety consistently in each of the meals, and we keep a very rough amount of calories, of the calories that we eat, in mind, but we consistently eat until 80% fullness with low calorie dense foods. And sometimes we cheat, but we try for the vast majority of times to be as good as possible instead of meticulously tracking calories. We use hunger instead of a nap. This approach is not meticulous. It won't cause you to lose weight for certainty, but it is a pretty good one in my opinion. So let's go over the two aspects of it. The first one is about eating until you are 80% full. Think about it like this. 100% satiety when you are in your body fat range is pretty much maintaining your weight. And if you are above your range, if you are pretty fat right now like I used to be, then it is losing weight. When you eat until 80% fullness, you basically reach a level of a calorie deficit. As time will go on, your body will adapt to this calorie deficit, and hunger will go up for certainty. But as long as you keep eating low calorie dense foods with protein, with fiber, until you are 80% full, you should start to lose weight. And as the weeks will go by, I want you to track your body weight at the morning, the consistent time, and see if you lose weight. Not necessarily every day, and then as you will go throughout the weeks, one week will pass, you have an average weight for this week, and then the second week and third and fourth week. If you see that your weight goes down between the weeks, then that means that you lose weight and you are doing things amazingly. If you don't lose weight on the other side, then that's a sign that you're doing something incorrectly, that you're eating too much basically. And if you see this sign after a few weeks, and sometimes there will be fluctuations, right? You will not have the same weight every day. That's why we take the weekly average, and we see that the line does not go down, that you don't lose weight consistently in terms of the weight, in terms of average weights, right? On a graph, then that's a sign that you need to eat less. The thing about this approach is that if you lie to yourself, it will not work. If you say to yourself, I'm 80% full when you're 120% full, just because you lie to yourself, then you will not lose weight. Because this approach, instead of tracking calories and being meticulous and putting everything on an app, you trust yourself. So that's another caveat that I did not put in the beginning, but I want to put here. You should not lie to yourself. When you cheat, be honest, right? Tell yourself, I cheated. I ate more than I should. Readjust. Don't make this mistake again, but make sure that when you make it, you acknowledge it. And that's basically the approach. If you will do it consistently, I think that you will lose weight. At the beginning of my fitness journey, I didn't know how to track calories. I didn't really want to do it. Instead, that's what I was doing. I was trying to eat as many low-calorie dense foods as possible. I tried to lie to myself as little as possible. I was completely honest with myself. I tried to eat until I was 80% full, and I was doing it. I ate less calorie dense foods, and with time, I lost weight. I lost around 25 pounds after 3 months, which was pretty good. I went and worked out in the gym, and I built muscle. I maintained my weight, and after enough time, I got pretty jacked. Now, I didn't talk about calories out in this video, right? Active calories, they are great, and there will be a metabolic adaptation. You will burn less calories with time, just because NEAT will go down, because you will be more tired. Your BMR might go down a bit, because you will lose weight, and you will be catabolic, and your weight will go down, and you will have less mass and everything, right? So there will be adjustment that will need to be made in terms of cardio. Integrating cardio is always good for a weight loss plan. So what I suggest you to do, I don't know, what you like, right? In cardio, it is about doing what you like and burns the most amount of calories. On top of that, that's my own opinion, achieving mastery in one form of cardio is better than spreading your attention on a few types of cardio. You can have variety for sure, but no more than 2 or 3, because think about it like this: when you get better at a certain cardio activity, you get better at it. Let's say running. Imagine the difference in calorie expenditure between a 10k runner and a guy who cannot run a kilometer. It is pretty fucking massive, right? One guy achieved mastery and one did not, one has not. So that's my approach. It is to find 1 or 2 types of cardio that you enjoy doing and to just do them, to gain mastery over them. Do them consistently. It can be also walking on a treadmill, right? Whatever. Find a thing that you like that burns a pretty good amount of calories and do it consistently. If you lose weight, great. If you don't lose weight, add cardio, reduce calories, readjust, and then see if you get feedback again. And with enough time, you will lose weight. You will be on the right track as long as you won't bullshit yourself and you will keep going. And that's essentially it. If you want to see more videos from me, you're gonna subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.